The idea of just getting a deal done with the EU to be seen to get a deal is a very dangerous mentality. It's the mentality I believe we saw under Theresa May's government, and one I hope will be resisted now. I still believe that a deal between the UK and the EU will be done. But if you want to look at what sort of deal the EU really have in mind, just look at comments today from EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. Before I bring you this, guys, just make sure you've hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss future reports. So here we are. In the Times today. Britain must play by our rules on single market, says Ursula von der Leyen. Britain will remain bound over time by the European Union single market rules as the price of a tariff and quota-free trade deal, Ursula von der Leyen insisted today. The EU Commission President has spelt out the EU's level playing field demands, and those of you that have watched previous reports on this channel will know this issue of the so-called level playing field. Quite the contradiction, because on the one hand the EU Remainers say there's no advantages to Brexit, and on the other hand are downright determined to get us to sign up to all sorts of EU rules and restrictions so that we cannot gain Brexit competitive advantage. This attempt must be rejected. But today, in December, with the transition period finishing at the end of this year, we still get this from the EU Commission's President. Very telling in terms of what the EU have in mind for a so-called deal. Von der Leyen quoted as saying in the Times, if our British friends want access to the single market without quotas and without tariffs, so total access to the single market, then it must be clear that all in the single market must play by the same rules. That's what we call the level playing field. They want us to sign up to EU rules and restrictions. I cannot believe the British government could think that that is going to be in any way acceptable. Brexiteers, the pro-Brexit majority in this country. And von der Leyen also saying that the EU wanted to go beyond a conventional free trade non-regression clause on environmental or social standards to bind Britain to future rules. At the moment, she said, we're discussing how we replicate control of the level playing field so that we can be clear. There is no regression on what we have achieved and there is fairness over time, so access can be without quotas and tariffs, and companies can play by the same rules in the single market. It's this sort of approach that led Michael Gove recently telling Sky News that EU still want us to be tied to their way of doing things. The Express reporting on this as well. UK must play by EU rules. Von der Leyen sends Boris last-minute Brexit warning. No wonder Conservative peer Lord Moylan has responded to this by saying they don't want a deal really, do they? Not with an independent UK. Signing up to the EU's rules and restrictions will curtail Brexit competitive advantage, will keep us within the EU's orbit, would be a disaster and must be rejected. This is the reality. This is the approach. This is the mindset of the EU's so-called level playing field. The question now is, will Boris Johnson and his government sign up to a deal because they want to be seen to have done a deal? Or will they finally walk away? Not much time until we find out either way. If you've enjoyed this report, guys, if you found it helpful and informative, please give this video a big thumbs up and hit the join button to become a supporter of Real News here on the channel. And of course, as ever, thank you so much for watching.